Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Michael? How you doing?
Hey, Gabe. Good Saturday evening. Good Saturday evening to everybody. How y'all doing?
Yeah, we got a bunch of our buddies already jumping on here, man. We got Michael Plante. What's up, Michael? How
Yeah.
you doing?
Good to see you,
Hey,
Michael.
yeah, thanks for tuning in. Sean Stone, what's up, Sean? Robin, how you doing, Robin? We got Jeff. What's up, Jeff? Got Matt in the house. Coy
My
Hall,
brother Matt.
Jose,
What's up, Scott?
Ben. What's up, Ben? Guys, great show on Evans. Sean. Oh, yeah, there's Sean again.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Joseph.
Uh, Scott, what's up, Scott? How you doing? Yeah. How do you like your blaster, Scott? Got Calvin, what's up? Joseph, what's up? Got Lee, Lil Lee. Got Armando, Russell. Man. We got Pete in the house. What's up, Pete? How
Yeah,
you
my boy
doing?
Pete.
Yeah. Sean, George, Primetime Reviews, Mr.
G.
Gilton,
Milton. Mr. G. Milton.
Mr. Gilton. Chris Willis, how you doing? Well, welcome to the show.
Definitely, guys. Welcome.
So we got a really cool show, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
Tim
always.
Tim is just was I mean, he's just such a cool guy. I mean, I can't wait to share this interview with you guys, and kind of what we're going to be doing a little bit further with him, right?
Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's a pleasure to have somebody that was actually involved in A New Hope, that was actually snatched out of a elementary school by George Lucas himself, you know?
Right? Like
That's
it's
pretty
yeah,
cool.
like it's crazy. Yeah, his story, guys. Once you hear it, he's
Yeah.
he's so humble about it, and
Yeah.
it's so cool. So yeah, so we figured today we would kind of dedicate the show to the Jawas, right?
Mhm.
And kind of everything Jawas. We're gonna be talking not only obviously the interview with Tim, but all the little Jawa stuff that we have, in our collection. So you're
Quite a
in
bit.
for a nice little Jawa special today.
My
Yeah,
favorite hands down character. I mean, Luke is my guy, right?
yeah,
But the Jawa, man, there's just something about those dudes, man. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder what it is. I mean, what did you like about the Jawas? Like, what is it about them when you're a kid that, or now that you like them?
You know what? I just like the action figure is what I caught my eye. That was the action figure that I had to have. I had to have that figure, right?
Hmm.
But I just liked their character. They're just little scavengers, right? And they're just living on the land, doing the best they can. They're little thieves, you know. But I love them. Oh, you know.
Yeah, man. And
And
then
everybody, they're like, everybody, they're like deer, I mean, they're so vulnerable to everything and everybody, but
but
yet
they
they cruise around in this big badass sand crawler, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's so cool. Well,
yeah,
we'll be looking at some of these things
yeah, yeah.
after the interview. So what do you think, Michael? Should we just get straight to the interview?
Let's do it. And you guys, we're gonna be back live when the interview ends, and we're gonna be
Yeah,
talking more.
we'll be
So
here watching right with you guys.
that's
So
right. So join us.
yeah,
There'll be good conversations afterwards.
let me set it up and let's do this.
Talk to you guys in a minute.
Hey, Michael. So let's bring on our guest, Tim Donaldson. And Michael, what can you tell us about Tim, just really quick?
You know what? First off, I've been really excited for this one because everybody knows that the Jawa is my favorite character in the movie, and next to Luke, and just this guy was in the movie A New Hope, and what it's crazy that
Yeah,
we have an actual actor from Star Wars,
yeah,
the
yeah,
original, and we're
yeah.
gonna have him on our show, Collection Wars.
Let's bring him on.
Yeah, he's a super cool guy.
Hey
There he
Tim,
is.
how are you?
I'm good. Oh, it's so good to be here. Man,
Let's
anytime I get set next to a favorite character next to Luke, I mean, come on.
Oh man, that's
Right?
cool.
And look at I
What
even
what's better than that?
Yeah, that's right.
wore my Jawa shirt for you. Look at that.
Right on.
Hey, Tim, does this get your approval?
Oh, absolutely. That's a smart looking Jawa right there.
Yeah, right.
Like right up to code.
Yeah. Do you know
Perfect.
him? Do you remember seeing him at all?
Oh yeah, no, like we're best friends. Like
Yeah.
tell him I said hey, and
Yeah,
you
he
know
can hear you. He
we'll
can hear you, right? Yeah.
catch up
Yeah,
later.
Yeah.
right. Well,
We'll have some sugar.
there you go.
Man, I
Well,
can't wait to ask you, Tim. I know there's a lot that we're going to talk about, but I can't wait to talk to you about the Mandalorian Red Eye Jawas. What the hell's up with?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's amazing though. Like we're not just on Tatooine anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're galaxy wide, and there's just so much room for us, throughout the galaxy, and that's pretty awesome. When they showed up on Mandalorian, I
yeah,
was I was like,
sure.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I was like, we're back. That's cool. Like
yeah,
Yes.
Jawas forever, right?
That was
yeah,
actually my favorite episode of The Mandalorian, seeing them, all the, blasting the Jawas and stuff. I know
yeah.
that was part of your.
It's the one I don't remember if it was one or two. I think, when we kicked Mandalorian's butt.
Yeah,
I
y'all
mean,
did, man.
I
Man,
mean,
y'all disassembled,
come on, like,
you disassembled that ship.
yeah, you might be Mandalorian, but we're Jawas. Like,
Right.
get off our crawler.
Yeah.
Well, well, Tim, thank you again for joining us. We, I mean, obviously, we have so many questions. Where to begin?
Mhm.
Um,
Oh man,
I guess.
right? I still have questions.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I think we should start kind of from the beginning. How did you make it on to Star Wars: A New Hope?
Yeah, I mean that's really the crazy story, right? So, let's go back to January of 1977. Um, George Lucas and company had come back from Tunisia after filming all the principal shots, and it's my understanding that some of the film has been destroyed. Um, and at that point, they couldn't go back to Tunisia; they couldn't afford it. So he tasked the crew, let's find a place that looks like the Tunisia scenes, and let's film some of the shots that we need. And so yeah, you've got a Tunisia shot up there, and so they came to Death Valley National Monument, and my parents were employed by the National Park Service there, and I was a kindergartner at the elementary school, and they came to the elementary school. I guess this was their plan. Like, hey, we need Jawas, we need people of a certain size. Let's go to the elementary school and choose some kids. And so they showed up and asked if they could borrow 8 kids for a couple of days of filming, and with permission from our parents, it was okayed. And the tricky piece is they already had the Jawas established. Like they were already characters in the movie, they're in the can. And so we needed to match. And they lined us all up. Here was the school, it was K through 12. And they lined all of us kids. It was only about 40 of us, and measured us. And I happened to be the appropriate height for one of the Jawas. And so therefore I got to be in Star Wars, what's now known as A New Hope.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
Hey,
what
Tim,
did?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say, so I was 7 years old when Star Wars came out, Tim. You were
Right.
5 years old. I remember very well Star Wars at 7. Do you remember being on the set, having George around? I mean, 5 years old is kind of like that borderline of memory. And of course, you didn't know what Star Wars was at the time, right? You were just
No, I mean, yeah, nobody knew. And I mean, I have some memories, yes.
good.
So I remember, we had to be fit for our outfits, and so we went to the local motel, and we were doing a lot of, you know, trying on, like, this is your Jawa costume, that's your Jawa costume, you'll get this bandolier, that bandolier, you'll hold the blaster type of thing. But one of the most memorable things from that day I remember is trying on the Tusken Raider helmet.
Wow.
And I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I also got to hold the rifle the Tusken Raiders used. And I remember just being, as a 5-year-old, like, that was the coolest thing. I just didn't, that's where my mindset was, is that was a cool thing. And then, you know, one of my other specific memories that I have of that day is, you know, the challenge of getting 8 kids between kindergarten. I was the only kindergartner, up to 2nd grade, to act. You know, none of us were actors. We'd never even thought of taking acting classes or anything like that. And running down to R2D2 and picking R2D2 up. And the challenge of the day was that his head kept falling off. It was actually the R2D2 that Kenny Baker would motivate around.
Yeah.
And the head just wasn't secure in the horizontal position. And we'd pick him up and that thing would fall off. And we probably heard some real colorful language from Mr. Lucas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was there's our scene there. That's the cool thing is I've gone back to Death Valley and I've stood in that exact spot. And the interesting thing is in that case, the sand crawlers painted glass mat that's up against the camera. So we never saw it as kids.
Right.
We were just carrying R2D2 up to the hill. And then there was the scene of where we dump R2D2 off. We climb up the stairs into the sand crawler, and that was a flatbed trailer that we walked up the stairs.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was just amazing to later see that, you know, superimposed, and like, oh my gosh, we're doing this thing. How do we do that? You know, at 5 years old, I was just flabbergasted.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Well, let's take a look at the scene right now. Just kind of take you back to memory lane really quick.
Sure. Yeah.
That's so freaking awesome.
So here you guys are, right? I mean, this right here.
Yeah. So, you know, running down to pick that thing up, you know, we were all, you know, kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. And, you know, we had to carry this thing, and those robes were so cumbersome.
Yeah.
I just remember, you know, like having to run in those things. Oh my gosh, like gunny sack races, you know?
Yeah.
It
So
was just.
With the shots, Tim, the way that these were shot, did you have any of the little glowing eyes, or were you just masked? Or
Yeah, we did wear some of that. So the ones that we wore were just a black cloth hood, and then they had eye slits for our eyes to look out of, and then the glowing eyes were down about our cheeks. And then I remember having the heavy battery packs to power those, because that was all, you know, incandescent days.
Yeah.
I'm sure the most popular question ever asked is, were you know what I'm going to ask you, right, Tim?
I think so.
Were you able to keep that costume? Tell me you have that in your house right now so I can buy it from you. Please.
Oh my gosh. You know, like you think about, you know, back in that day, like, Star Wars was nothing, you know.
For sure.
And in fact, like, all of our parents are like, oh my gosh, this thing's not even going to make the box office. My mom wrote a letter to my grandmother that I was in some stupid 2nd-rate B-grade sci-fi flick, you know? So, you know, you think about science fiction of the day, it was all like everything was clean and neat and proper and well-maintained. And here George Lucas shows up, and our robes are in shambles. Yeah. The equipment is just like tore up. I mean, C-3PO's got one silver leg, for God's sake. Like, what the heck is going on in this film?
Yeah.
And to think like, oh, can we hang on to that?
Right.
Like
Like nobody
it just
wanted
wasn't. No, it wasn't even in the mindset. Hindsight's 2020. Oh my God, you imagine
it.
having that
Right.
thing today? It'd be in the corner of my room under glass.
Right. So Tim, obviously, okay, so you were 5 years old when you shot this. Now
Right,
let's fast forward to when the movie releases, and then to Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi. Now,
right.
how is that experience, especially you as a kid? I'm sure. Were you a Star Wars fan? Like once it came out?
Oh, I mean, always a Star Wars fan. There's no doubt about it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's part of my DNA now.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, and I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but not long after this, my parents divorced, and my dad moved to Yellowstone National Park, being in the National Park Service, and so that first summer of '77, I spent in Yellowstone National Park. So
Mm,
here you are in Death Valley. There's no movie theaters. The closest one's in Las Vegas, a couple hours away.
yeah.
And then I go up to Yellowstone National Park, and there's no movie theaters there. Closest one's a couple hours. I don't even know if they showed it, maybe in Bozeman, Montana. I doubt it.
Yeah.
So by the time I came back to California, it was out of the theaters. Um, I must have seen it in the theater when it got remade,
Mm,
but I don't remember that all that much. Um, it's just one of those things. Of course, I watched it a million times
right.
on VHS. Probably
Yeah.
wore my original out. I just saw one the other day. It was an unopened VHS copy. It went for like $50,000.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Oh,
But
we're
so it was actually a cool experience a couple of years ago. The Fox Theater here local in town was showing the original, and I got invited to go watch it, and seeing it on the big screen is just, oh, it's like
that's
there's nothing like it. And in
right.
fact, we're doing a show here May 4th,
Oh, nice.
at a local theater in town
Yeah.
that we're showing the original, and I'm just so excited for that.
Yeah.
I
So,
had the promoter was over yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, do you want to sit outside at your booth, or do you want to come watch the film?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I want to watch the film!" Like
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
that's what I'm all about. I want to see it again. I'll yell
Right.
Lucchini all day long when we're on the screen. Come on.
so so Tim, so when Empire Strikes Back came out, you were what, 7, 8 by then, right?
Right.
Were
Yeah.
you like the most popular kid at that point now, because all of a sudden you were in the biggest box office hit?
To date.
So here's the crazy story. I told kids, I told friends, I told people I was in Star Wars, and the first question is, "Are you in the credits?"
I
And
was
the
going to
answer is
ask you that.
like, "No, I'm not." You look at the credits, the original Star Wars, and there's hardly anybody in it.
Yeah.
And so, to be honest, I quit telling the story,
Oh man,
and
just
like
tell
it that that went on for like 40 years. And it's funny now, that I've been, I'll say, rediscovered,
Mhm.
um, in late 2017 and 2018. I came out publicly. Um, there's friends that I have that I served in the military with for 10 years, and they're like, "What? You were in Star Wars?" And I just quit telling the story. It wasn't. I got tired of being questioned whether I was in it or not,
Right.
and I didn't have the quote unquote proof. I didn't know where to dig or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was kind of unfortunate. So the
Yeah.
funny thing is back in 1977, there's a little blip in my life when I was in Star Wars, and then it was flatline
Mm-hmm.
until late 2017, 2018, and now it's taken off like a rocket, and I'm having just a ball with it.
Who took this picture, Tim?
Good.
My sister took that picture. So in order to be allowed to do the filming, my mother authorized me to do it with the caveat that my sister, who was 7, and by the way, 1/2 an inch too tall, she had to go on scene. And there's actually some photos out there that were taken by Joe Weber's mother that she's actually in the picture a couple of different places. But yeah, she took this photo probably with a Kodak 110. I don't know if any of the viewers remember those things, but
the little cartridge.
Yeah, little
circles.
right, and wind up, and she snapped this photo, and like, you know, it's a pretty amazing shot, because how many people have, you know, a behind the scenes photo that shows their face? It's just so rare in Star Wars.
No, and that smile. I mean, it just, you can't help it. You can't help it look at you and just be like, oh my God, that's the cutest, like, Jawa picture ever.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, you know, it's always fun. Like, if I'm at a table and people are like, well, which one do you want me to sign? And I'm like, all day long, it's this photo. I just absolutely love it. It's mine. It's my own. It's unique.
Yeah.
You know, and I just love signing this for people. It's definitely my most popular. And
oh man, I can understand that for sure. Because our buddy Lee, that's on our show quite a bit, part of the gang. He has, and I was actually talking to him about it today. But when he's in his later 40s, mid 40s, it is, and when he was like, how old was he? He was like 10 years old,
like
I believe.
5 or 6.
Was he? Yeah, but
he was
he's got David Prowse in the Darth Vader costume at like a little, you know, expedition thing going. I don't know what it was called.
Right.
But anyway, little expo. But anyway, he's got a shot of Darth Vader, picked him up by his shirt off of the ground. And it's just such an awesome picture to have. And I know,
I mean,
Gabe, I mean, I've got so many questions and they're not even written down. I want to know a couple things just real quick. Is like, number one, what's your favorite character? No, I'm just kidding. What I was going to say.
Actually, I do have a pretty good answer to that.
Can I guess?
I love Obi-Wan.
Oh,
I mean,
very cool.
You know, he is a character that is true to who he is. He always has been. You know, his fortitude is amazing. I love that guy. And I'm just ecstatic that they're bringing back, you know, a series for him, and it's Ewan McGregor. I mean, he is phenomenal in that character, and I absolutely love it.
I do too, Tim. I think he's awesome, that character. Yeah. Were there any when you were on the set? I know you were 5, but and I know you got that opportunity. That's really cool about the Tusken Raider and the gun. Were there any local actors that were there that you remember, or was it just pickup shots for the Jawa and R2 scene?
So we had the Jawas were there. And then I really remember Margie the elephant. That was amazing to me as a 5-year-old kid, which also means that I met Alan Fernandez during the same time. He's a Tusken Raider. Oh, here's my cat. There's Simon.
Hi, Simon. It's all right.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome to Collection Wars.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. Appreciate it. Hopefully we don't see anything, you know, but I
can tell you
know that.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, he's a character. We adopted him and his sister, and between the two of them, they have one eye. They're quite the handful. But so the interesting thing about the Death Valley scenes is it's my understanding that Mark Hamill was supposed to be there. But this is when he got in his car accident on the way to Death
Oh
Valley.
yeah, where you got
And that's where, you know, he didn't look quite the same that he did when they started Empire Strikes Back. He had that the face was reconstructed and stuff. So he got in the car accident on the way to Death Valley to do scenes. Now, they weren't scenes with us as Jawas, but you know, he would have been filming there.
Yeah.
Anthony Daniels was there at a later time. I must have seen that, but I don't remember it specifically. I just, you know, Margie the elephant. I mean, that was just, as a 5-year-old kid, I was blown away. That was amazing.
Right, and Margie the elephant was the one that they covered up to be the
As a
Bantha, right?
Bantha. Yeah, she was the original Bantha.
I'm glad y'all just told me that, because I'm going to be honest, I did not know what y'all were talking about.
You're like, who?
I mean, what the hell? Gabe seems to know. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They covered an elephant, and that's in a costume, pretty much, for the Bantha.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that costume actually sat out at Marine World for years and years and years in the sun, and they, I guess, probably just eventually threw it away.
Yeah, a lot of that happens. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
that's insane. So you think it's which Marine World? The one in Vallejo? The one in
the Vallejo. That is correct. Yeah, and that's where Alan Fernandez worked. Sorry about that, Simon.
All right.
He doesn't even know he's on camera. And by the way, this isn't the first podcast he's been on. He's actually got a couple. Yeah, he's pretty big.
I know he's gonna be more famous than you at one point. They're gonna be like, wait, where's?
Yeah, no, that's all good. Yeah, Simon the Cat.
Yeah.
So this is,
so it was Vallejo, Marine World, and that's where Alan Fernandez worked as the elephant trainer. And then he was lucky enough to become a Tuscan Raider as well. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Is he the one that jumps on the Bantha?
Probably.
I do believe that is Peter Diamond.
Okay.
That does that stunt, because Peter Diamond was a stunt man.
Right.
I don't know specifically what scenes Alan's in, but he's definitely a part of them. I know that Peter Diamond did the holding up the whatever the staff they have.
Gaffy.
Yeah, the gaffy staff. Yeah, he's the one that pumps that in the air. But Alan Fernandez is definitely in those scenes right there next to him.
Hey, Tim. So there's obviously there are other kind of children, right, in like Tunisia and
right.
And I was gonna pull up that picture, but I must have. Are you kind of in contact with anybody else, like any other of the actors?
Yeah. So the Star Wars in Death Valley, there was 8 of us. I'm in contact with 3. We do know that one has passed. She passed away with COVID last year or 2 years ago. But Joe Weber, he's active and has done a show that I know of over in England. And then Andrea Wickman Miller was also a Jawa with me in Death Valley. The ladies that you have on the screen here are Tiffany and Melissa Kurtz, Gary Kurtz's daughters. They were part of the Tunisia crew. Fraser Diamond, which was Peter Diamond's son, he and Warwick Diamond were Jawas in Sandcrawler, and that was filmed in Estree, England. So I'm friends with Fraser. We've done a show together.
That's cool.
That's really
cool.
Yeah.
And Tim, so obviously now that you're you're getting recognized, obviously for being a Jawa, what have you been doing? Are you doing conventions? Are you doing comic books shop signings? Are you doing anything like that, or no? You're kind of
So it started with a private signing back in late 2017. And I didn't really know what to think of it. I actually blew the guys off for several months because I couldn't believe that anybody would want my autograph. It didn't make sense to me. I didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
But they came to the house and I signed some autographs and we had a great time. And as they were leaving, they mentioned that I could actually, do some cons and stuff like that and get around the world and see some people. And I just, okay, yeah, great. Hit me up. And later, it was in like March of 2018, they called me up and asked if I wanted to do a show in Birmingham, England.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and Andrea Wickman Miller, her and I flew over to Birmingham, England for the weekend and did our very first show ever.
That's cool.
And it was pretty epic. I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
Here I was in this small, I don't know, it was a small hotel, but it was out in the countryside, and that's where all the guests were at. And I remember, that in the evenings we'd all come back and grab some dinner and grab some pints and sit out at these picnic tables in a little courtyard and talk. And I recognized Billy Bean from the Hobbit series, and there was a few other people we were talking to, and I'm talking to this one guy for like a couple of hours. We're talking about working out and exercise and stuff, and I'm like, man, this guy looks familiar. I just don't know who it was. And I excused myself to the restroom and I went and Google search because I didn't know. And here I'd been sitting across the table from Ray Park.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
for like 2 hours,
Oh,
and I didn't recognize him. I was like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So then, but obviously, then you started doing this. Do you do them more? Obviously, with the COVID shutdowns and all that.
Yeah,
probably
we
not a lot.
got shut down pretty hard.
But now,
yeah, so we did one show in 2019, a pretty big show down in LA called Empire Con. That was a lot of fun. And that's where I got to meet Fraser Diamond. So Andrea and I were down there with Fraser Diamond as Jawas. And then COVID hit and it shut down. And to be honest, I kind of, set the Star Wars deal to the side. I needed to concentrate on keeping the family healthy, and that's what we did for a couple of years, and now it's starting to pick back up, so it's pretty exciting. We did a show a couple of months ago in Capitola, California. It was a lot of fun. Had a really good time at that. And then this year we're just doing a couple of small gigs, getting our tippy toes, in it again. And we're doing May the 4th at the Crest Theater in Sacramento, which is pretty exciting. I mean, anytime on May the 4th you can see the original Star Wars. I mean, life just doesn't get better than that.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a pre-celebration event down in LA called Boonta Eve. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'm with a couple of Mandalorian Jawas. Oh, wow. The Gecko, Dominic Pace is going to be there. So that'll be a lot of fun. Get to meet some fans down there. So
are you going to make it to Celebration some of the days? Or?
No. It's I didn't get invited, which is fine. It's all good. And so I'm actually gonna just fly on home and go on about life.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I think there's one thing. I mean, and I'm gonna put you on the spot because eventually we're gonna do that. I want to show you. Look at this bad boy.
Oh, you got a blaster! Look at that. Nice.
I do. And
I wish I could see it better. You're on my phone. It's like Jawa size.
You can see it. Look at that.
Oh, nice. That's a very nice reproduction. Now, is that a 3D print or is it one
No,
that's custom
It's
made?
no.
it's full.
It's the real Enfield. Nice.
It's
Yeah.
it's a replica, but yeah, no,
Oh, wow.
it's a replica. It's not real, but it's such a cool thing. But I wanted to obviously, you're gonna have a lot of fans. I mean, especially in the collecting world, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
as you can see, we're really obsessed about collectibles and prop replicas and all these
Yeah.
things. And obviously on Collection Wars, that's what we focus on. And I would like to ask you, kind of on, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you'd be willing to, if we send you, some little plaques or
Oh,
some little
heck yeah. Come on. I'll sign it all.
well,
That's cool.
I,
That's cool.
I still hold that I'll sign anything you put in front of me, just pretty much because I haven't hit the barrier yet. But I love doing that. That's like the coolest thing ever. People
Yeah.
ask me to sign stuff. I actually signed a Jawa Blaster down at Capitola, and I mean, it just I'm so honored
yeah.
to do that. It's just
so are we.
amazing.
So are we. I mean, and Tim, so I think, after 40 years of kind of keeping the cat in the bag, I think, now is your time to kind of soak it all in and enjoy the kind of the praise that you deserve, because this is a big
Thank you.
it really is a big deal. And whether the kids believed you or not, doesn't matter, because you were in it and you were in there, and now you're gonna get that recognition. So I thank you so much for
Yeah, absolutely. The cool thing is it really shows up at a great time in my life, where I can do this out of fun.
Yeah.
And that's just what we do. My wife and I go to these events and we'll do them as long as they're fun, and we're pretty sure it'll it'll go the rest of our lives. I mean, just the fans are so amazing to talk to.
Yeah.
And the stories that I hear, it's phenomenal. And watching people light up when I tell my story, it just warms my heart. It's the best thing ever. And here I was, just some kid at some little school that happened to be the right height. Lucky is I mean, the day is long. And
Yeah, that teacher pointed you out to go out and get in the line. Big thank you to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they lined us all up. I mean, I don't think we had a choice, like saying, hey, get up, y'all get in the line. It's like, okay, whatever. She even told us when we came back, she's like, hey, y'all need to slow your roll because this thing's not even going to the box office.
Okay, so I have a question now. So when Gabe and I were young, as you, because we were all kids at the time. So when I left the theater, I was Luke Skywalker. I mean, and it changed my life forever. And since then, I was it was a slow process because we weren't made of money and all, but all I did was collect and collect and collect. Wasn't playing with them a lot. So my question is, with you were actually in the film. You were a little younger, but as you got a little bit older, did you get into the collecting? I mean, you were in it. So did you care to be part of collecting the toys? And do you collect to this day? Do you have a room full of Jawa stuff or what?
I wore that stuff out. I am telling you, there are probably vinyl cape Jawas buried in the sand in Death Valley.
Oh,
probably set on fire. I had no idea about collecting. I wore that stuff out.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's so
not.
cool.
Hey, but don't joke around burning up and burying vinyl cape Jawas. Don't say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I mean, my toys I played with hard.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of them. I was, we were kind of poor kids, and And the ones I got, man, I tore that wrapper open and threw it away, and off we went.
Do
We're
you,
gonna
do
have
you, do you
battles in
remember,
the sand dunes.
do you remember having Star Wars toys though?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, they were pretty epic. I couldn't have the big ones, but I had a fair amount of figures and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
oh man, I remember, those ads that would come out during Christmas time. It's like, oh my gosh, I want them all.
Yeah.
Now here's a other question I have. So with the with your wife, right? Like, did you bring that up when you first started dating that you were a Jawa in Star Wars, or did that come out later?
I think it came out later. It was probably, like one of those ace in the hole cards, but it was funny growing up, like that wasn't a very good pickup line.
Oh no.
It didn't work out very often. Now the funny thing is you ask Andrea that same question, she said like, oh my God, it worked all the time. I'm like, yeah, well, duh. But yeah, I did, disclose the information early on, and
Yeah.
from the very beginning, she's had my Jawa picture, the one that's on screen on the
Yeah.
refrigerator,
Oh,
and yeah,
Really cool.
we love sharing the story, and now these conventions, like, oh, she just loves talking to people.
good.
Yeah, she's got her own hashtag. My husband was in Star Wars as a Jawa,
Oh, that's
and yeah, it's
that's
pretty
awesome.
epic,
Yeah.
So
No, and I mean, look, in all reality, we collect these things because it kind of brings us back, right, as to our childhood, and kind of
right,
that's what it means to me, to us, right? But
Yes.
you have this epic thing, right? This photograph. I mean, this memory right
right,
here. That's price. I mean, it's worth more than any of our collectibles combined, because
right.
it's just such an amazing, cool story, and such an amazing just memory. And you have this picture to memorialize it. You have the movie. You have Star Wars to like what?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
So there's kind of an interesting thing about it. Years and years ago, my mom made copies of this photograph, and I got one. And that's what I always had for years and years and years. And I remember asking my mom, I was like, hey, what happened to the original? And I don't know, she'd say, oh, it's probably in this box or that box. I don't know, whatever. And it was about, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Um, I was talking to my sister, and she's like, oh, by the way, I've got your kindergarten school book. Those books that your parents had that you'd put like your memorable things
Yeah.
in, like you'd put kindergarten and your height and all that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'd like to have that. And so I got it here to the house, and I opened it up, and lo and behold, inside that book was the original photograph.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't have the negatives, but I actually do have the original photograph, the 110 version, and on the back it's written Tim and Star Wars, January 1977.
Yeah, that is so awesome.
That is super cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty epic.
No.
It's I mean, so many kids' dreams, and that I could have been one of those Jawas. They're short like me, and I mean, I actually got to be one. I mean,
Yeah.
it's mind blowing, really.
Yeah.
Super humble dude, Tim.
Yeah, no, you are, and you're such a cool guy. I thank you so much again for coming on here and sharing your story. Really, I mean,
Yeah. So I do want to show you. We're gonna take a walk.
please,
Um,
yes.
yeah, we're gonna go into my. I call it the Star Wars room. My wife calls it the spare bedroom. So
Awesome.
I think that's all of us. That's what all.
yeah.
That's all of us.
That's funny.
So we'll go down the hall here. Oh, look. Hey. So we'll go in here, and I get a little area, and I'll try and get over here. And do you see the standee?
Oh yeah.
See the Jawa standee there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he gets to hang out. They come and stay. You know, you got to have one of those. And we've got the new Fun Pop, the Target model that was camo.
Oh wow.
Did you guys get one of those?
No, I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, and I've got patches that I've traded.
Oh nice.
And then this right here is my Lego crawler.
Oh, that's so cool.
And if you notice, there's 8 Jawas
in the loop.
And look at that one right there. Can you see that one? Let me see if I can get close.
Oh, with the little face. Oh.
Dude, that's so cool.
That's
so cool.
Yeah, that's me. Oh, this is some cool artwork. This was drawn for me.
Oh,
and all of the colors actually say Jawa.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Fraser Diamond did this one. Oop. I'll see if I can. Oh, I threw myself on the floor.
You got one hand, I know.
Yeah. So Fraser Diamond did. Oh, it's not in there. Oh, there it is. So this is original artwork by Fraser Diamond.
Oh wow! Look at that. I can see
the Jawas in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
That is.
Yeah.
Really
so
cool.
that's pretty epic. I got thrown on the floor here. Pick myself up. This one's epic. Can you see that one there?
Oh, it's you.
Oh, badass.
That is so cool.
Yeah, that was given to me by a fan. That's pretty awesome.
Dude, cool. That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one's fun down here. This was some Mandalorian artwork that was done at Empire Con. And right down there, he did a special signing for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so this is my Jawa corner here.
I love that how he put your face on the package.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got my tiki Jawa. Yeah. Got a little wooden Jawa from Star Wars.
Oh, that's cool.
Star Wars Land. Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen
Good
that.
Stuff. Yeah, that was from Star Wars. I picked that up.
And it comes with two little, right? It comes with the two little wooden Jawas, right?
Can you see them in there?
Oh, man, I want one of those. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
I know. I got you, Michael.
Oh, and then, there's Jawas all over.
Yeah. Well, rightfully so. I mean.
Right. I mean, like, what else am I going to do, I'm not going to collect stormtroopers.
There you go.
Hey, thanks for sharing that too, Tim.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you do collect.
Yeah, that's super, and that's really cool that the fans are giving you these things and kind of that's so cool.
Oh yeah, and have you guys seen my cool Jawa patch?
No.
Oh man, I gotta go back in there now.
Oh wait, you have your own patch?
Well, yeah, I got my own patch. What? I mean, come on.
Well, we'll talk out of the show after the show on what we can do for plaques and how if anybody's interested, that way we can give out that information.
Yeah. So, now they're not in here.
Oh,
crud. I went to the wrong room.
That's all right.
We're on your time, Tim.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll just walk around my house, whatever.
I know, right?
But
that's just
so we've got some cool Jawa patches. That's my go-to handle is cool Jawa on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, perfect.
And we've got some new T-shirts coming. Oh, they're not in here either. Where the heck are they? Well, that's a mystery. I'll have to find those later.
It's all right. We got a little Facebook group, Tim, and what I'll do is we'll make a post. Maybe I'll invite you on there and see if you want to join us. And it's just a bunch of collectors that just have the same passion. And if you have patches or T-shirts or whatever, we'll get that going, and then we'll also put a little notification that if anybody from our Collection Wars group wants to kind of we'll all pitch in, just do a big pot, and maybe send it to
Oh
you
yeah,
for signings, and
yeah,
that'd be
that'd be awesome.
super cool to
Yeah,
do it.
so I've got a really cool T-shirt coming out for Boonta Eve. It's top secret right now, but
All right.
oh, the artwork is awesome.
That's really cool.
Really super excited about it. And we're actually building a website
Good.
that we'll be able to have some of that stuff on, accessible to people that can't make it to these shows. So
Good.
yeah, there's some cool things coming up.
Good.
Yeah.
Man, that is just such a cool just story. And again, it goes back to this whole thing, right? About how Star Wars really kind of changed all of us, right? Like, and how the impact that
Yeah.
it had on us. And I mean,
It's amazing, the impact that it did have on some folks, and they were probably a little older than I was. But just hearing some of the stories, I remember asking one gentleman over in England, what he collected, and he said, "Oh, just the original Star Wars. That's it, 1977." And I asked him why, and he said it's the only film that he and his father went to.
oh, that's a good.
And it's stories like that. Like I
Yeah.
hear them all the time. It's just
Yeah.
it's just amazing to me, and the impact that this film had on so many people.
Mhm.
And it's just an epic film. It's an epic,
Yeah.
galaxy. The entire thing. It's just so family friendly.
Yeah.
Good and wholesome. Holy cow, my phone's gonna die. Sorry, if I just blank out, you'll know why.
Yeah.
It's amazing, that something that George Lucas, and he had a bigger vision for it than in 1977, and that's why the remake in 1996 came out.
Yeah.
His vision was just unreal, unheard of.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
and to be a part of that, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Can't get any better than that, brother.
I know.
I just don't see how.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, there's all the films out there, and what has the impact of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And it just, on the industry or with the fans, I just don't think you're going to find one.
No.
And that's
we've mentioned this before on the show, but Star Wars is one of these things where, as the country or the world is kind of divided, and everyone's infighting, and everyone's arguing about politics and everything. Star Wars is the one thing that connects us, and it just kind of really, it's the thread that kind of connects us all. And we could be fighting about politics or whatever, but as soon as Star Wars comes up, boom, we're and there's a lot of infighting, obviously, between, Star Wars fans as well. But
no, come on, we all agree.
Ridiculous.
We all share the same passion, though, regardless, right? It just, they're more passionate about certain aspects of Star Wars than
That's perfectly said.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite questions I get asked is like, what's your favorite film of all the Star Wars? Star Wars.
Yeah. We talk about that as well. Yeah. Michael's is A New Hope. Yeah. Mine, because I probably because of my age, I was more drawn into Return of the Jedi because of how old I was, I think, when the movie came out.
Right. So, right. I mean, mine's definitely a biased opinion. There's a huge consensus of Empire Strikes Back out there, and I mean, that was a huge leap for Lucas to do that film. I mean, sequels were just not a thing to be done. And oh my God, look at where we're at now.
I know.
Like people can't get enough of sequels. Like, come on, let's Ahsoka Tano, Obi-Wan, let's do them all,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
there's
there you
Simon.
Well, Tim, I know we're short on time right now with your phone and whatnot, but I just want to just let you know that Gabe and I, when we started this show together, we have really grown the channel, and we've grown a lot of friendships through the channel. And I think what's so awesome is we have so much different content, whether it's collections or, studio modelers. I like the rear end of your cat.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that.
This is your
Hey,
shining. This is your shining moment, Tim.
Yeah, this is a family-friendly show. What are you
It's
doing?
okay.
But listen, I on a serious note, I want you to know that it's really cool that we have someone on the show that was actually in Star Wars: A New Hope. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
And
thank
it's
you.
really, really cool, and we absolutely appreciate you sharing your story with all of our viewers, because they're just as excited as we are, and we can now call you friend. So
Yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, it's surreal to me that I now get to tell this story, and people listen, and that's. I mean, I absolutely love telling it. I'll never get sick of that, and watching people light up. It's just like,
yeah.
it makes my day. I love asking the kids that come by in costume, they're dressed up as, whoever, like, hey, how old are you? And like, I'm 5. And like, oh my gosh, I was 5 when I did this.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? It's just, it's unreal.
Yeah. Very cool.
Well, Tim,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us. Again, really appreciate you taking the time to come and tell your story.
Absolutely.
You're such a cool guy, and
No,
obviously
thank you.
cool Jawa. And
Cool Jawa. Check it out.
And we look forward to hearing more about you and seeing you out there in convention.
In the ass end of your cat. We enjoy that.
Yeah. Simon. Thank you, buddy. Sorry.
And Tim, thank you so much. And yeah, we're gonna get it organized. We're gonna be in touch, and we're gonna send you.
Hey Gabe, this is gonna be the end of our year blooper.
The bloopers, right? No,
yeah, right. Like, oh my
Tim,
gosh,
you're an awesome Jawa. Is that the ass of your cat right now?
No.
Oh man.
That's his ear. That's his ear. I swear, that's his ear.
But yeah, Tim, I'm trust me. There's going to be a lot of our viewers that are going to be very excited to get your signature on a little plaque to put next to our collectible to say, hey, look, we have the pleasure of knowing one of the Jawas in the film. So thank you so much.
What I really want? I want your original picture with your signature on it, but we'll talk about it. That's something that I would.
I'm all for that. If my cat allows me to do it.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, thanks again, and we'll be in touch. And thank you again for hopping on and joining us today.
Absolutely, completely my pleasure, and thank you so much. I mean, I couldn't do this without all of you, and I mean, that's something that I definitely know and I'll remember forever.
Yeah. Right back at you, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
So just hang tight for a
hey, I don't hear you.
There you go. I was on mute. My bad.
Yeah, how you doing?
My God, that was right. Tim's just such a cool guy.
His cat's butt is awesome too. That was so much fun. It was. Yeah, man, that was hilarious. But yeah, that was the Limelight Starkiller 77 was just letting Tim know how awesome of a person he is, and his cat decides to moon us right during that moment. It was hilarious.
Right. Yeah, no, that's really cool. So we're definitely gonna we'll probably make a post on the Collection Wars group and see who's interested in getting a little signature plaque by him. I definitely want one, obviously for my blaster, um, and I know you have a ton of Jawa stuff that would look really cool with the signature.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I honestly, I mean, all you guys and a lot of the collectors group and the viewers watching this show are really into those plaques. I've done a couple of these signature plaques, like on this one here, but yeah, that'd be really cool. I would like that picture for sure, and to a Michael, on collection
Yeah,
or this kind of thing, that'd be cool.
yeah, and it really is kind of like it's like Lee's picture, right? Like you said,
Yeah,
it's such a
yeah,
cool thing to have, like as a memory, and it just, man, that is, I love it. I showed it to my wife, and I was like, because she asked like, oh, who'd you have on the show? I'm like, oh, Tim. He was a Jawa. He's like, oh, okay. Like, she kind of like, I was like, look, and I showed her the picture, and she's like, oh my god, that's adorable. I love that picture.
You know what, Gabe? I wonder, and so many things I wanted to ask him. Like it doesn't matter, but I was just curious, even if he wasn't in the credits, if like his mom or him, if they were paid for it or
Right. If there was
you
some
know,
type of, I mean, I don't, yeah, they
compensation.
probably weren't paid, but
Yeah, but
maybe.
like now it's like I don't care if you're
Oh,
2 years old. It's crazy shit.
oh, it's crazy. Remember when my daughter got invited on the Conan O'Brien show as
Yep,
like
yep,
dressed like Chewbacca?
yep.
Yeah, they had to pay her. Like,
That's
so we got a
crazy.
little, yeah, it was like $175 or something like that for
Jeez.
the shoot. So yeah, I mean, now these days they have to.
But I was wondering though. I was going to say is I wonder that feeling that he has, like if it's because he was 5, but as a collector, I mean, everyone has different thoughts. I mean, there's people that don't collect at all that still
Right.
might like Star Wars as much as I did, right? They just
Right.
don't collect it. But I just wonder if was different. But he did say that he played rough with his toy, he loved playing, and it's just
No.
crazy I try to get in his
Yeah,
mind as a
right.
kid, and when I went and saw it for the first time and I came home and to know that guy was in it, that's
Yeah.
so amazing, especially if you were like 7 or 8, like some of the older kids. I bet
Yeah.
they've got a really, really good memory about it.
So it'd be cool to interview him live on Celebration. So I don't did we mention this
We haven't, Gabe.
last week, right? We haven't.
We
No, we just kind of
haven't.
posted it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't know, we got chosen to host a panel at Collection Wars, on the podcast stage.
Yeah.
So me and Michael are going to be hosting a live panel with, obviously, hopefully all you guys go, and everyone that's at Celebration. The time and date, I think they're waiting for everyone to confirm and see who's gonna be on the schedule. But we confirmed we're gonna be on the program, and it's gonna be really cool just to even see us like on the Star Wars Celebration programming, right? Like, it's like insane,
Gabe,
crazy.
who would have thought, right? Over a
Yeah,
little over a year ago, me and you talking late at night about
right.
our ideas of this show and being, original and all
Yeah,
the friendships and everything that we've done. And I've got to give a shout out still. This is Collection Wars is Limelight, but a big shout out to Star Wars Replicas because let's be real, Star Wars Replicas is where it all started, dude. I mean, you were one of there's a million of them out there now, but look, you are known for your backdrop and what you've done to review all these awesome props and the recognition. Gabe is taking it to another level, and it's just awesome to have you as not just a friend, co-host on Collection Wars, but bro, Star Wars Replicas kicks ass, dude, and it's because of that I think that that just it's just an amazing thing how this collaboration has all come together and look at where Collection Wars is today now.
no, and of course, man, and I wouldn't have it any other way, man. Me and you need to be up there, and it's me and you up
Yep,
there,
yep,
So,
yep.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting. And I actually just got notified today that we have official sponsors for our panel for some giveaways. My partners, you know, people at Kotobukiya said that they're going to be sponsoring our panel for some giveaways. So
Very,
they
very cool.
they confirmed today. So
Very
guys,
cool.
make sure, yeah, and I'm sure not only will we be giving away some kotobukiya, obviously on behalf of them, but I'm sure we'll get some other cool little prizes going. So yeah,
Yeah, Gabe and I've got some ideas too that we're going to be doing. That I've got some stuff personally that I want to do as
yeah.
giveaways as well. Yeah.
And just to remind you guys, we do, because Marcel just mentioned right now about the t-shirts. We do have collection war t-shirts up for sale. The link is in the group, but what I'll do is I'll repost it and I'll pin it up to the top, because it would be really cool on the day of the panel. I mean, imagine that. Like, how cool would it be to all show up wearing collection war shirts and just kind of
Yeah.
represent? I mean, that'd be really, really cool.
Yeah, because we can let everybody know ahead of time what the times are going to be. Obviously,
Yeah. I mean, I mean,
we got to
hopefully,
do a great meet and greet everybody, right? In the panel. Jeez,
yeah.
that can't make it to the dinner or whatever.
Yeah, no. Hopefully they give us the time and date soon. Um, we'll see, man. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Michael. I'm a little bit nervous. Just like I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
we have a panel at Celebration. Like, holy crap! Like,
yeah.
that's insane, man. You know,
Yeah, it's
like,
exciting. Yeah, and I know it's the technical part because let's get real. Everybody knows that I'm just the collector guy that likes to talk and say how badass things are. But Gabe's the guru when it comes to all the technical shit. So when we're doing this podcast, I'm gonna
yeah,
be there for support and to talk. But holy crap,
yeah.
man, let's make because there's a lot of equipment and shit that we got to do.
That's what I'm nervous about. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, like I gotta, because so from my understanding so far, now again, more information we'll get as it gets closer. But from my understanding, it's a separate hall, right? It's a separate room, so we're gonna have this hall to ourselves for that time slot. So we are gonna set up a camera, kind of in the middle of the audience, project, or I guess filming us. So we definitely will be streaming it live. Obviously, we'll stream it live on Collection Wars, so you guys can watch the panel, and then yeah, it's
we
we
have some
have,
really cool guests already that are going to be on the panel that we'll let
yeah.
you guys know at a later date.
Yeah. We're kind of getting the final confirmation. We've confirmed one guest, just pending obviously any scheduling conflicts. But yeah, we'll definitely have some cool guests, and we have we'll have a really big reveal on that day. We're
Yeah.
saving it for Celebration, just like everyone, right, Michael?
That's right. And Darth Wizzy, thank you for that comment. I couldn't agree with you more.
Techie peeps, yeah, please, if somebody is good with tech and stuff like that, I would love to kind of just have you there with us and just kind
Yeah,
of help.
Sean, or we talked about Scott. Maybe Scott, if he's going to be there, maybe can help out.
Yeah, just anyone that can lend a hand, because yeah, I'll be worried about trying to set it up and trying to set up the computer and the slideshows and all that stuff. I just need someone to be able to kind of handle the camera and make sure that that's all
So,
up.
Marcel, that's a great question. So, I think we're going to have, I don't know if we're going to have, if it's just one time or if it's going to be, if we're going to get like 4 different time slots.
I think it's just one day, one time.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I looked at the programming from other years at Celebration, and it looks like it's like 15, 16 different podcasts. So I think what it is, it's like Thursday, 12 to 1, and then 2 to 3, and then 3 to 4. You know what I'm saying? Like they split up the day, and then on Friday, So yeah, we'll see what we get, and yeah.
And you guys that aren't fortunate enough to go, I assure you that Gabe and I are going to do our best to make you feel like you're there. We're not going to leave you out of the loop of anything that's going on. We're going to be getting really good video of the show. So there's not anything that you're going to miss. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Except being there to give us what's but other than that,
right. So yeah, exciting times, man. I'm excited, but like I said, I am a little nervous about
you'll
it.
be fine, dude.
You
Yeah,
know?
you'll know. You guys will know when Gabe's nervous because he'll be red as a freaking cherry tomato. It's either he's nervous or he's really pissed off.
Right. Or I just got sunburned out there.
Exactly, or you were hanging outside the whole time waiting.
I know. But yeah, no, that'd be really cool to kind of see everyone there and,
Yes.
to say hi to everybody. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be here before you know it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we'll give you guys some more information as it comes along. Probably in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure we'll get some more stuff.
Yeah.
But for today, let's go back to the Jawas, man. It's a Jawa special. And I don't have too many Jawa things. I mean, my only thing is the blaster, right?
What you have though is really kick ass. So
I appreciate it. But Michael has definitely has got the Jawa collectibles kind of on lockdown.
it was funny the first time, guys. I met Gabe. Sean met up with us, and he was meeting. Let's be real. After me and Gabe, we all went outside of the restaurant, had a great Italian dinner, and went outside. And Gabe's going to do his little deal over there with Sean, and in the trunk, everybody's looking around. He pulls out this badass little Jawa gun, dude. He was really nervous. I remember you being a little nervous driving home with that thing.
I mean, the stuff that I see every day,
I
at
know.
work and all that. I
know.
was like, if a cop pulls me over and they're like, "What is that, sir?"
What's up?
Oh, no, just a gun, just a gun in my driver's seat. I mean, my passenger
It's
seat.
a Jawa gun, officer.
Right. Then remember we talked about that. I was like, that'd be hilarious if they pulled me over. And I'm like, officer, before you unwrap that, can I film it for my YouTube channel? And I'm like, hey guys, welcome back. We got a very special episode. We got LAPD here opening up my Jawa Blaster. Let's go take a look at it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh man. I'm trying to look. My wife said something. She was like, "Oh, there she is." She was like, look at my collection wars thing." She's just saying, "Look at my phone." Oh my god. So let's jump into this Jawa stuff.
Yeah, let's show them. Let's start out with your gun. Your yeah. Let's show them that badass thing.
All right. So this thing is by oh my, I already forgot. It's not Armor.
Blooper. Oh, dude,
What's the company's name? Come on, somebody in the comments needs to help me out with this. But check it out. It's like a full, like real, like full on thing. Like the clip comes out, like everything. Like it's like a real freaking gun.
What kind of bullets? Metal. What kind of bullets, Gabe?
I think it was supposed to be like a flamethrower. No, originally
Blaster Factory. Thank you, Sean.
Oh, there you go, Sean. There, Blaster Factory.
Where you been, Sean? Damn it.
I know, Sean. Yeah, well, I actually got it from Sean. So yeah, no, this
Sean, you are going to be a technical assistant on the panel. Right. You just don't know it yet.
Well, he needs to be there. Whatever day. I don't know if he's going all 4 days.
Yeah, he'll have to if we're going to be on that panel.
But yeah, so I got this guy. So what I plan on doing, I already made a little plaque for it. So it has like the master replica style plaque. But what I'd like to do is now get the longer style signature plaques. That way I could display it with Tim's autograph on there.
So what are you doing? What are you doing for a stand for that?
I'm still trying to figure that out. And the problem is that this thing is so heavy.
Yeah.
I don't know if an acrylic stand would I mean, it would have to be pretty thick acrylic to like really hold it. This thing probably weighs maybe like, I mean, a good 15 pounds maybe. Like, I mean, it's all metal, man.
You know what you could do? You could do it out of wood. You know, build the pattern out of wood and stain it. Stain it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably look at online. Maybe there's like some rifle stands or something. There has to be something.
But you're definitely going to do it in a case, though.
Yeah, it's going to go in my master replicas section. So
okay.
I want it to kind of match the other blasters and everything.
Because like a custom shadow box would look cool. Hey, I know it's Jawa stuff tonight, but Gabe,
Oh,
if we can I just would like them to see what you just made. This
guys,
is cool.
so like everybody knows, hopefully that I have him tattooed on my arm. Tarkin is my favorite character. So I talked about, well, what can I do to kind of really show some appreciation, make it look nice, make it look classy. So I figured I would get his insignia, his badge, his rank badge, and then to find the little pins, right, the little cylinders. Um, so after doing some research, I found the original buttons that they used to make all of the imperial insignia, right? So from Europe, then they're just regular push buttons. Actually, they're just little push buttons that they took off, an electronic, and they put them on there. And then the pins, when it's not a pin, it actually is it's this thing, I guess, to measure like the radiation of things, but it's kind of cool because you actually could look through it and it has this little like measuring tape inside of it. Anyways, I found 4 original found parts. Uh, I mean, the exact ones that they used for Tarkin. I found the original push buttons for the badge, and a guy in Germany that makes them. I mean, he makes them actually for the 501st. So I got obviously the found parts version, and then I got Peter Cushing's autograph. So let me kind of walk you guys through that. So
What a great job.
I got the 4 pins, right, or the cylinders. I got the badge, and then you scoot over, and then you got his autograph, and then Tarkin. Sorry for the glare, but it just it just ended up coming out so
Oh, that's
good.
a beautiful setup, dude. What a
Like,
great job.
just came out like really really classy looking. It just fits really nice in here.
Yeah, that looks
Um,
great, man. It's proportional big time.
yeah, then that's my my girl at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. Hey, you need to
Everyone,
let her know next time you're going to give her a shout out so she can watch the show.
I
That's
know,
what I
right?
do at mine too. I'd give her a Collection Wars T-shirt.
Oh,
Hey,
really?
hey. So on that picture, Gabe, how
Yeah.
did you just print that out?
So David hooked me up because
Okay.
I couldn't find the right picture, and I wanted it kind of like longer style like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just found the exact frame in the movie, and then David's really handy with Photoshop and all that stuff, so
Very
he
cool.
helped me out, and then I printed it today, and then just had it printed on professional photo paper, and boom, done.
Man, that's really good work, dude. You did a great job on that.
So and it was relatively inexpensive, right? Obviously compared to like most of this stuff, but I mean the most expensive thing was the autograph, right? But the cylinders weren't that bad. The pins, I mean the insignia badge was about $100. So I mean, eh, overall, I ended up spending about $500 on total on the thing. But I mean, it's Tarkin, man, and it's all found parts with his autograph. So I'm stoked. I loved it, man.
So you're gonna go ahead and do his whole face on your stomach, is that right?
Right, right here, like that guy, like Machete. Right,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has that woman right here on his chest. Yeah, I'm gonna have Tarkin just right here.
That's
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm gonna put it behind the secret door here, and I think it'll fit perfect back here. Yeah.
okay, let's go.
All right.
That's
Let's pull up some Jawa stuff now.
Hey, a big shout out to Vic. It's really cool to see Vic. He's one of our original viewers, and he's been going through some times. And we love you, Vic, and it's really good to see you back on, brother. You're a good dude, man. I don't know if Matt's still on.
Hold on. Right.
Yeah, you asked for some Jawa stuff, so I sent you some Jawa stuff.
Oh yeah. No, you guys are in for a treat here for
Yeah, I mean, I
the
didn't know where
Jawa
to
special,
start.
man. Hold on. Let me back it up here. All right, Michael.
Not in any necessary in any order.
I found it. So, first and foremost, let's talk about this guy. So tell us about this guy, Michael.
Okay, so with the help of Sean and a little bit of insight from David, Sean hooked me up. He was going to do a couple of Jawas and then changed his mind. And in doing that, I was able to pick up the outfit and the bandoliers from him. I got the gloves at Walmart. I know the hands are a little bit different, but let's be real that the Jawas come in all shapes and sizes. And there was a variety of different shapes and sizes of these Jawas. But the picture doesn't do justice up close. It's really, really looks really good. I like how I wrapped his face because it's always a mystery when you're looking into the Jawa, Gabe. And this one, the way I wrapped it and put a little bit of fur in there with the lit eyes, it looks really legit. So I like our friend David that he did his after Sean, and the mannequin that he got for his is an actual kid mannequin that is movable. And I think it makes for a better looking, display, but I actually, I made this myself and did the weathering, on the bottom. David helped me with the kind of weathering can that he used. And it was a blast, man. It was fun doing that.
And yeah, man, you did a great job at it. It looks dirty. I mean, and sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, right? Is to make it look naturally dirty, especially cloth. Look at that. I mean, without making it look like straight up paint or something.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, for sure. And you got to be real careful when you're weathering that stuff.
No,
Yeah, I did a
no.
little tutorial on when I was building this thing from start to finish because we had a couple. I think Lee had some too. That there's a guy in Arizona that was selling Jawas for like 350 to 450 bucks, and they're for the money, it's a Jawa, But I like having it where it's a little bit more accurate. But I mean, seriously, there with all of the reference on Jawas, none of them look the same. I mean, they're all wearing different bandoliers. And respectfully, I almost said something when we had Tim on. I was going to tell him that my bandoliers look so much better than his, but his are just scream used, because
I
that's
know, right?
they were different. I mean, they didn't use all the same stuff. So, but man, that'd have been so cool if you could have kept that outfit costume, right?
I know. Imagine that.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite pieces in my collection, and you guys have seen it in the past. This is the Jason Eaton, Ralph McQuarrie Sandcrawler, and what's so incredible about this piece, guys, is the fact that he created this from a portrait, and that in itself is pretty amazing, And then the interior details of the Jawas, and I love coming home and when I get into my living room, seeing that thing when I'm watching TV or whatever. But in this cool, it's like you just see them in there working.
Yeah.
I just love it, man.
The little details, man.
And the color doesn't show up like it really is. It's more yellow, and so it looks a little bit more accurate. And Lee gave me the ideas on how to do the displays. I of course built the wood cabinet, and I had the Lexan. See the little Jawas in there in the background. But I did build the cabinet, and Lee helped me put the plaque together for it, and I had Regal Plastic help me do the acrylic case cover for it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
And then you got another studio scale model, right? The Cantwell.
Yep. Exactly. So this one right here, it's the only other one besides the original in existence, and this was, put together also by Jason Eaton, and it's got some original found parts on this piece, and it's really cool to have the Cantwell piece, Ralph McQuarrie piece, and the original, Sandcrawler as well. That's pretty neat to have all three different ones.
Speaking of the Cantwell piece.
Yep. Yes. So Sierra part Colin's partner, sent me this picture, and a lot of you might have heard in the interview that all the pictures from them, it's going to be a to and a from, and I got this one personalized with just his signature on it, knowing where this is going to be sitting in the collection of mine. And she sent this to me, which was awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And there's very, very little reference. There's only like 2 or 3 pictures. Even if you go online on the internet and look for this,
Yeah.
I don't even think I think there's maybe 1 picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
And then this,
I really think, and I know we talked about this, but I think this Sandcrawler behind me would have been badass on screen.
Yeah.
And who's to say they can't use something like this in a future episode or something?
Yeah, I mean, like Tim said, the Jawas are everywhere now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, why wouldn't there be different sand crawlers and different, versions of it?
Yes, exactly. So this piece is Atticus made this statue. I've got a few of their pieces in the statues.
Dude, I love this. I love this.
I love it too. I got a real good deal on it. What's that?
How big is it?
It's not that big. It's just about like this right here.
Oh, okay. So maybe like what, 8-9 inches, something like that.
Yeah. And they're pretty reasonable. These things, when they were selling, were kind of expensive back in the day. But I picked this up. I can't remember what it was. I think it was the gun or something was broke on it, but it was a very, very easy fix, and you can't even tell.
Wow.
Yeah, but I have that in my study, just sitting on the little side table by my leather couch. It's right there by itself.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
And then what about these guys? Gentle Giant?
Gentle Giant. Yep. Yeah, those eyes do light up, and those are the busts, the half busts in their collection, and that's one of my absolute favorite, and was one of my first pieces that I got. But it's cool. They're tinkering on the R5 head,
Yeah.
But yeah, they do. The lights turn on their eyes. And this, of course, is out of my Topps collection of the Star Wars cards. There's several different versions of that one.
Man.
But you guys can look right now. This is a perfect example of looking at how this Jawa was. His bandolier's a little bit different. The gloves, the mat. This is where I got the idea on the face, because somebody did a portrait drawing I saw of this Jawa without his cloak on, and it was badass looking. And that's kind of the sculpt, the look that I went for with the one that I did in the life size.
Yeah. Man, that's cool. Well, speaking of vintage, let's look at some. You have a bunch of vintage stuff, right?
Yeah, this is my first Jawa piece. This was my original Jawa right here.
That's amazing that you've kept it in such great condition too.
Yeah, man. All of those figures, it's pretty cool. Those are to the heart for sure, man. Those right there. Hey, wasn't it cool, Gabe? The question I was asking about the eyes, and he did say that they had eyes.
Yeah,
they did have the eyes on there and stuff. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and that they were below, right? Like his normal eyes. And then tell us about this one. What's this one?
So that's the Land of the Jawas. That was the vintage, very early on. That was in 1978. That came out 78 and a half. They actually had a couple more play sets using that same base for Hoth. Yeah, that was a fun toy. One of my favorite little play sets. Remember, this was new stuff coming out of the gate for toys. So the escape pod, it was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And does the escape pod open up? They could sit them down.
It sure does. And it's got little deals where they can stand in there, and then the little cave where you can hide R2 in the cave.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah,
is the back? So it's cardboard.
It's cardboard. It sure is. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even just the fact that these survived, it's
for sure, for damn sure. Yeah, okay. So I'm sorry, I still took a picture, but this is the droid factory. This is the Jawa droid factory, and I have all of the pieces 100%. I just don't have them set up, and it's been sitting like that. I'm ashamed to tell you for about 7, 8 months. I just haven't messed with that. And then behind it, we have the remote control Sandcrawler.
Yeah.
It's not real big. They did come out in the later years with a new improved looking one, pretty much the same mold, I believe, just a better paint scheme on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this. This is original.
Yeah.
That thing right there, I remember that was a real expensive piece, and I bought that at one of the first conventions. I was about, I don't know, I was maybe 12 or 13. It was when Star Wars, little, it wasn't celebrations, but it was kind of like a celebration, and it was in Austin. And
Yeah.
there's a lady here. I still remember her name. Her name was Maureen Garrett, and she was in charge of the Bantha Tracks, the Star Wars fan club.
Mm-hmm.
I would always write her. But anyway, I got to meet her in person, and I remember at that deal they were giving away a C-3PO hand, and I didn't get it. I should have been the one to get it. I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
So remember I told you about that as a kid, and I still probably should buy it just to like satisfy that freaking kid in me. But the Droid Factory was always something that I dreamed of having as a kid. And there was this little, antique toy store by my house that I'd always go to, and he had it there. And I mean, thinking back on it, I think he was selling it for like $100, right?
What was it? Which one was it?
The Droid Factory.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember he was selling it for $100, but obviously, being 9, 10 years old, $100 seemed like, so I couldn't get it. There's just no way I could get it. And I remember just dreaming about like doing like a Mission Impossible type heist where I was like gonna go and I'm gonna go steal it, and like because I wanted that so bad. And the only reason I wanted it was for the R2 leg. I wanted that third leg for the R2.
That's so funny. That's what I remember too. Out of that, you could have a 3-legged R2D2, and
Yeah.
I mentioned that in my latest 22 video tour. That's exactly what I say. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, if anybody hasn't watched Michael's tour video, go check it out. You just posted that tour video yesterday with, man, you just walked through your whole collection.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Did it relatively quick too, a little over an hour. It's not too long, and yeah.
So let's get into some little rare for you. Let's start first with this guy.
Yeah, so this is just the 12-inch. It's hard to tell, but these are the Gentle Giants 12-inch figures. Yeah.
So now,
so this was also the Gentle Giants. The special edition was the vinyl cape, and then down you can see a vinyl cape 12 back. And the thing is with this 12 back there, it's a good one, but it's not the one. I had one that I had purchased way back for $900, and
wow.
And I just remember when I got rid of the Don Post Stormtrooper and Boba Fett, that went with it, and he sold that in the Boba Fett, which was a part of the deal. But it is what it is. But I'm curious where those are today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What, and just kind of off topic, why do you have that power? Because I know you don't like collecting, on card. What's up with that power droid? Why is that one special?
Because it's the original. I've got all of the original. What is it? So there's the 12 back, and then it came out with the new. I think there were 7 of them. The X-wing Luke, R5D4, Walrus Man, Hammerhead, the power droid. It was all in that same era. You know what I mean? And that was still in my mind. Those are the original figures. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, I have all of those in card. Yeah. But it was always a big thing to me. Before I talk about this, it was always a big thing for me do I want to collect like a lot of people do, in the box and then graded. All my stuff was, I like to feely touch these things, look at them and put them back on the shelf. It's really cool if you have something in the box, but I like things loose. There's a few things that I like to have on the card just for memory, and it's the figures.
Yeah.
So this is the Little Letty Mexico version, Jawa, and my friend John helped me get this. And it was funny because we had to piece this one together because it didn't have the hood with it. So he found a hood in Mexico, and just for the hood was that little hood right there was $400.
It's insane.
And it does come with a different gun. It comes with the
Yeah,
same.
that's what I noticed. Yeah.
Yeah. So the gun is it's real similar to the for you guys that know vintage, you'll know this, but the ones that don't, the twin pod cloud car pilot. It's a gray gun from the
Mm.
U.S. and this is the same type of gun. And I think the only other one that came with that is I think maybe Nine Num. There might have been a couple other, but that was a very rare used gun for the
Yeah.
figures. So
Man, that's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah, that was really neat. It's a neat piece there.
And then kind of skipping around, but
Yeah. So this is just different. It's not the Tops cards. This is the Wonder Bread.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and Wonder Bread only came out with I believe 12 of these.
Mm,
Um, but from the 70s, those are the Wonder Bread cards, and
yeah,
it's Jawa.
yeah. That's really cool. I like that display that you got going
Isn't
on.
that cool? Yeah, I love the Tops cards and the way they're
Yeah.
displayed. It's funny, Gabe, because I bought a crap ton because I have all of the original Star Wars Tops cards up.
Yeah.
But I had planned on doing the Empire, which there was like triple amount, and then Return of the
Okay.
Jedi. So I went and bought all these displays, to display.
Oh,
But it would have taken up 10,000 square foot of space to have each individual card on the wall. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
I end up not doing that. So
Oh man.
yeah. So I just put the ones closest to me because the Tops cards I remember as a kid running to, I was talking to a friend the other day going with the
Mm.
bottles because I don't know if you ever did that, Gabe, but you remember when bottles you could take them to the store and get 10 cents for the bottle, the empty bottles, Coke bottles and stuff. Well,
So
did you ever do that?
I did do that, but I remember I kind of grew up in Mexico as a kid, right?
Yeah,
Up to 8 years old. And in Mexico, that's very common. Like, yeah, my
right.
grandma would get all these Coke bottles. Like, I would literally take like a 12 pack of Coke bottles, go to
Yeah,
the store, and then essentially get the new ones. And I guess it'd be
yes.
less money, right? Because you'd be trading in the bottle.
It's so funny because I tell my daughter Haley or even Cody, my 27-year-old, that hey, I used to take these bottles and get tins, get my money for them, and I
Mm.
would exchange those bottles as soon as I would give him all the bottles. I remember nonstop. He would laugh, and he would give me the little money, and then I'd go right down that row in the convenience store, and I would grab more Star Wars, cards,
Cards, yeah.
yeah, and
That's
it's just
cool.
those are the things,
Yeah.
the stupid things that just were the coolest times in my life.
Absolutely. And I remember I kind of doing similar things. I remember like especially during the summers, right? Where
Yeah,
we'd go and we'd find, a couple bucks from our parents or whatever. Me and my friends, we'd go to the little corner liquor store
yeah,
and we would get at that time it was they still had the Batman cards, like the tops, the
yeah,
89 Batman cards.
yeah.
They had the horror ones. It was like
Oh, that's cool.
you'd open it up and it'd be like Freddy Krueger or like scenes from the movies. The Dick Tracy cards too. We started collecting, and then a couple years after, we started collecting the Marvel ones. I don't know if everybody remembers the Marvel Masterpiece. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, no, I was a big time card collector and baseball cards too when I was a kid. That's why recently I started just buying just some of the cards that meant like something to me, right? So the ones that I couldn't get when I was a kid, like the Jose Canseco rookie card.
Yeah,
I was like, I that was the freaking gold stat. Like if you had the Jose Canseco rookie card when I was growing up, I was like, you had it, man. You had it made.
that's cool. Do you have any cards at all or no?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I just
Oh, okay.
yeah. I recently
I
started.
remember you were talking about in another show about the Jose Canseco.
Yeah, I bought all a bunch of wrestling ones too. Like a
But I
bunch.
mean, do you have what I meant is, do you have any of like any Star Wars or?
Not Star Wars. No, I didn't end up getting any of the Star Wars one. I just because I think by the time that time when I started collecting those, the Star Wars tops cards were already kind of kind of long gone, right? We're talking about 89, 90. So yeah, you couldn't really get the Topps card at like liquor stores.
What does that say, Mark Tim? Yeah, that's pretty cool. He said that they still do that. I didn't know that anybody even. I know they do recycling, but I don't know anything about getting
No.
money back for those. But because they just don't sell bottles really
Yeah.
anymore. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that's really cool.
garbage pail kids too. That's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
garbage pail kids too. We used to get those.
So I have right now. I've got the complete collection for Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think I have all of Battlestar Galactica,
Man,
and there's one other one.
Michael,
Yeah.
can you like right now? Anybody watching? Can you like imagine putting one of those dry pieces of gum in your mouth, breaking the like? I could smell,
Yes.
I could taste it, I could feel it right now. Like
Yes.
it's like such a vivid memory. Just grabbing those gums and it's like, and
That's so cool that you're even saying that. And yes, I could.
right? It would just crumble up and like,
Yes. You know what's funny? I have a couple of them that still have the bubble gum in them
yeah,
that haven't been opened. It'd be cool to open one of those up and see the bubble gum in there. I
right.
mean, I
It's like,
wonder what it looks like. Should I go do it or what?
do you really have some just right now? Like,
Yeah, but I don't know if I should do it. I mean, I think it's a Battlestar Galactica. It's not Star Wars because I would not do that.
yeah,
But
yeah. I don't know.
I have a Battlestar Galactica one.
Actually, I actually might have some right now because I bought a bunch of packs of like the Dick Tracy one.
Yeah,
And
but
I
these
mean,
are from the 70s. How old are those?
oh no, these are from, I guess it'd be like probably like 90, 89, 90.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely yours would, yeah, it would be 10 years older than that.
That's crazy. Okay, guys. So this is the third and my first actual Sandcrawler. It is not a true studio scale. The original in the film was a little bit bigger, but this is the Randy Cooper and the most to date accurate Sandcrawler, in my humble opinion, built. I know there's some guys that have bought the Randy Cooper and upgraded a few things to make it maybe a little bit more accurate, which is cool. But this is the actual original that he made and built the molds off of right here. So this was his personal painted piece. So I bought it complete from Randy Cooper. And if you don't know who Randy Cooper is, he's an awesome modeler and he's done a lot of, if you guys, if y'all have seen Iron Man, he was one of the ones that worked on Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man costume and stuff.
Wow.
See the little Jawas up on the cliffs and stuff and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like,
cool.
and then you got the little Jawa inside too.
Yeah, yeah. I added those to this one, and it's
Yeah.
kind of funny that Jason did to his too. So they're kind of the same scale,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then you got a couple of moderns, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's just a normal. I guess it'd be the Black Series. That I couldn't help but go because I'm a.
No, these are the vintage collection. No.
No, this is the new modern Black Series. So this is the like the 6-inch figures.
Oh, got it.
But because of the packaging and everything, it kind of fools you. But that's why I bought it.
Oh, got it.
Of that stuff.
And then that.
Yeah, so those are the Hot Toys version with the background, the tattooing background of Yin's. That was the prototype piece that we're going to be doing.
He just messaged me that mine should be getting shipped out, I think, next week.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job on that stuff. Yeah. And once we receive that, we can show it on the show and stuff. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Because we've never really done that yet.
Yeah, we've never really done a full.
Yeah, and the reason is because the one that I got, it was kind of rushed, and Jens was traveling over to the States, and he wanted to get it to me that where we could do it, but we got it here and then went over it together. And between me, him, and Matt, realized that it just wasn't up to the standards that it needed to be. It was a little bit big on size, and Jens is a perfectionist, and he was really open-minded to get feedback and took it well, right, Matt? But anyways,
yeah, he told me some of the updates. Like I think it's some of the like the blues and the reds for the stripes. I think are a little bit darker, right, in the film.
Yep.
And then he said the logo, the writing is a little bit bigger. So, anyways, yeah, he kind of listed all the little changes.
Yeah, that's really really cool. But yeah, so this is the Hot Toys. Um, you know what, guys? It's the sideshow. These are the sideshow, not Hot Toys. The Hot Toys are the one that has the with the power droid. I apologize, guys. These are the sideshow.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I do have some, but it's in the garage. I can't get it, but I have some of the. It was like the green package of the newer Power of the Force. Remember in
Oh,
the
very cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it came
Yeah,
with the
those are
little
cool.
and it came with the Gonk droid.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
those are the ones that you could put out in the sun and the light would hit on this little clear open.
Yeah, and you could just tap the top, and it'd be like
Well,
the
no,
eyes.
his eyes light up.
Yeah,
If you hold it, the light hits through the top of his
yeah,
head and his eyes are lit. It's pretty
yeah.
neat. That's cool stuff.
These are cool.
Yeah, so these are like what you just talked about.
Yeah,
So these are part of that era of.
collection. Yeah,
But yeah, but I mean that in the 2000s, like
Mhm.
2005 or so,
Yeah,
they really started full throttle on. Look at the
yeah,
droids. I mean, the details of these droids that they were coming
yeah.
up with. You know, it's
And they started putting out all the like obscure characters, right? Like
yeah,
any little random character in the background. And that's why I kind of stopped collecting those because it got too much, right? It got overwhelming at one point because I
yeah.
couldn't keep up. I just couldn't.
You know, it kind of sucks because it's the one thing, and I didn't even do it in my collection tour, which is kind of shitty. But you know, I have this huge wall of action figures, and you
Well,
know, to some people, they might really like that. You know,
yeah, I
and
didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's a huge wall. Uh,
What?
yeah,
All carded? Like you just have
no,
them
no, no,
carded
no, no. They're all open, all loose.
like this?
Yes, there's actually over, I'd say maybe 350 action figures on the wall.
Wow.
I mean, it's seriously, it's about 12 feet wide
Mhm.
and about 8 feet tall. And
What?
it's slotted like this, and it's got all action figures in
Oh,
there.
I mean, I thought I've seen you've shown me
Like in the background.
the Gentle Giant, right? Similar, like when you had the
It's similar to that, but these are the action. It's this size right here.
wow.
But yeah,
Oh,
you know, I just always forget it because I don't get it doesn't get the respect that I think it.
yeah,
But what it is though is I went through this moment like probably a lot of the viewers. There wasn't a lot of all there really was sideshow, right? And then so what I end up doing is I was buying every freaking single action figure that came out. And I know a lot of you guys listening did the same shit where you were running to Walmart, you were running to Target or wherever it was at. And this we're talking, you know, a while back and you know before, but it's weird because now you go to a Walmart or Target and there's only like 3 or 4 figures, and it wasn't that way back then.
yeah,
But you know, and then they would come out with the same damn card, and it just began to be ridiculous. So, but
yeah,
yeah, I love those. Look at that. That's a lot of work
yeah,
to do a little toy like that. You know?
yeah. They're really cool,
Yeah.
man. So I think those are all the pictures, right? Did you send me any more, Michael?
I don't know that I did.
I
I
think
think that I can tell you right now. Stand by. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. But is it?
that's a. Oh, I didn't show this one, right? This is a
Yeah, or
right.
yeah, I didn't send you everything. I'm going to send it to you right now. Okay.
Night night, my kids. Bye. Love you. Oh, there you go. I got some. There it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. So, guys, this is sits above. This is like a close up of the McQuarrie deal. Yeah, and that is I think is a Kenner 12-inch Jawa, I believe. But he's cool, you know.
Yeah, it
And he's
looks like
in the 6 scale display. Jawa's black.
yeah.
Yeah, and Joel sent me another sideshow piece. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, those are those Jawas I was telling you about. I mean, they're
mhm.
cool. I'm not gonna. They're in my collection. I've had them a long time.
Yeah.
But that's the display. And guys, that background where you see like the twin suns, I don't have it showing. I don't show it here, but in the right lighting, I can put lights behind that because it's that clear plexi. and you can almost change the mood of the day of the clouds. It's really really cool.
Wow.
And then that's one of the signature, well, not signature plaque, but a plaque
Right.
that Lee helped me out with. It talks about the same crawler and the Jawas and
Yeah.
their deal.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy that piece there. That was actually my first diorama I did. Isn't that cool?
That is very cool.
Yeah, man.
We definitely we had a Jawa packed Jawa packed show.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was such a good interview. It was such a fun time with Tim,
Yes.
and I can't wait to get those plaques done. And yeah, like I said, we'll put a little interest thread on the Collection Wars group, and
Yes.
we'll get that going, man.
Yeah, sounds really good, man. It's
Yeah,
always a good time hanging out with you, Gabe, and everybody.
yeah. No, same with you, man. I always look forward to it. I know next week we have I pretend I think I have to confirm with them,
Yeah.
but I think Randy from Corbanth is going to be joining us. I just want to
Very,
make sure
yeah.
he's still okay to join us. So
Very cool. Yeah.
should be a fun one.
And before we get off, I want everybody to know that I finally saw the "I Am Your Father" documentary
Yeah,
with David Prowse, and I was so moved by that documentary. And the
yeah,
guy that did the Mario that did this thing, put this whole thing together. We've already reached out to him, and he's agreed to be on the show as well.
nice.
We just got to actually talk to him and find out when, but it'll be really good getting some insight on what it was like to you know give redemption to David Prowse. And if you guys have not seen that documentary, I know you can see it on
Yeah,
YouTube, and it does kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth with Lucasfilm and George, but I know there's always two sides to the story, and let's be
yeah,
real, this was George's thing, and but
yeah.
but he gave redemption. What was the word that we talked about, Gabe? He gave
Closure.
closure. He
Yeah.
gave him closure, and that's what Pete had said to me the other night because Pete hadn't seen it, went and saw it, and he said the same thing.
Um, you know which one I watched just recently? After we had Doug on the show, I watched that Bright Lights documentary
Mhm.
about Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher
Yeah,
and kind
yeah,
of their relationship. Have you
yeah.
watched that, Michael?
I have not. I have
You
not.
you need to watch that.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It pretty much it's a documentary that it's following their relationship kind of at the end of obviously both their lives. And
yeah.
yeah, you definitely you see Doug in there, and it's on HBO Max right now, so you
Very
can,
cool.
if you have HBO Max, yeah, you watch it. It's 100%. You definitely get a feel of how just how close they really were, with each other, and they were literally best friends. And you get an up and close look at Carrie and all that, and it's
That's cool.
very very good documentary.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
Check it out. I've had an aliens thing. I've been watching Aliens, and today.
yeah,
Oh, hey, I just got to let everybody know. I'm telling y'all right now.
yeah.
So I've been working on the restaurant
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I wish I could tell y'all the building's being built right now, but it's not. They're in the process of site work and the getting the plans together for the building. I'm working on the design of the because it's got to be badass, right?
Yeah.
But I want you guys to know that I'm pulling the trigger on. And Gabe was the inspiration of this, but this is I was told his name in the show was Bruce, but this is the actual shark. I don't know if you guys can see it. Put me on screen. Can you?
Let me say yeah.
I don't know if it'll make a difference, but this right here. Let's see. Anyway, that's Jaws.
Yeah.
I wish you guys could see it better, but anyway, they called him Bruce in the movie, but we are gonna build a life-size Jaws, screen accurate, and it's gonna be. We're talking about this is a scene from the movie, but where he's got the tank in his mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you about that yet, Gabe, but
Yeah.
we're debating whether or not to have the tank in his mouth or not. But my boy Richard's gonna be putting that together, and I'm real excited about that. So when you come into this restaurant and you see, it's not going to be just Star Wars. You're going to see a lot of really cool things.
Yeah.
And I think, having Jaws in there will be really, really kick ass,
Oh, hell yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, see, some of these guys know Matt knows. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's funny.
And yeah, Sean, same, man. It's always fun to spend our Saturdays with our extended family.
Yes. So. Yes. Yeah, thanks for saying that.
Yeah. But yeah, look, we're right at 2 hours. We'll probably keep it at 2 hours today. And yeah, it's I again, celebration is kind of the thing on everyone's mind right now, and
yep.
I just can't wait, man. I can't wait to hang out with everybody. I can't hang out, hang out with you guys and you, Michael, and
for sure.
It's going to be just a really, really good time.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
Hey, Michael, thanks for joining us tonight, man. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And I know me and you need to talk, buddy. I just saw that you rang. I missed your call. But yeah, man, thank you for that. All
cool.
Right, well, guys, always a pleasure seeing you and talking to you, everybody, chatting. And it was a really cool interview, Gabe.
Yeah. We definitely need to actually invite him on Collection Wars. So on the group.
Yes.
So we'll do that.
Yes, sounds good, man.
All right, guys.
Have a good night. We'll see y'all.
You guys, before Scott gives me the secret dirty look for not doing the outro.
Good night.
All right. See you guys.
See you.
You're on.